The road to the election. Well, last night's debate turned fiery with Marco Rubio finally taking off the gloves to hit Donald Trump with a very familiar line of attack.
You'll have many different plans. You'll have competition. You'll have so many different plans.
But now he's repeating himself.
No, I'm not repeating. No.
I see him repeat himself every night. It says 5 things. Everyone's dumb. He's going to make America great again. We're going to win, win, win. He's winning in the polls. And the lines around the state. Every night. Same thing.
Okay, so will Trump's showdown with Marco Rubio do any real damage to the front runner, or is it too late? Fox News legal analyst Peter Johnson Jr. was watching and joins us right now.
I've watched every bit of it. It was exciting and it was interesting, but it may be too little, too late for Rubio and Cruz going forward, Steve Ducey. You know, when you fight an invading force, you have to throw caution to the winds. And so if that performance was put in August or September, right, it may have been a different picture. We're just a few days away from Super Tuesday. We're going to look at about half the delegates in that race, and Trump is leading at this point. So unless the Republican establishment wants to pour $50 million into the airways between now and then, highlight the Trump University, highlight the flip-flops on immigration, highlight illegal workers, highlight all the other issues that Marco Rubio was talking about, then Donald Trump wins. Right. They waited too long, and Donald Trump is bloody but unbowed as a result of that match last night. Right. And he stood in there like a champion. He didn't look like he was wilting. He didn't look like he was embarrassed. He didn't look ashamed. He didn't look fretful or tired or upset or tearful. He said, okay, bring it on. He looked at his opponents with contempt, and his supporters like that.
So I guess a lot of his supporters would probably say, well, yeah, I saw that guy right there, that Donald Trump. He looked presidential. One of the New York tabloids refers to him that way today.
I think what you'll also see over the next few days is part of the legend of Donald Trump, that Donald Trump was picked on for 12 or 14 years by the federal government. Right. They were auditing him because he said he was a strong Christian, or for some other reason, or whether he was running for president, that he's misunderstood, that he's a hero to the little people who he may not have understood in the past, that he's had a revelation, an epiphany in his life, and that he wants to do the most for the least in this country, not let people die in this street. So that's a compelling story. That being said, Rubio's performance was incredibly strong and good as a debate performance last night, and so was Cruz. They were both very strong in terms of the lack of specifics on some of Donald Trump's programs, but that's part of the Donald Trump mystique at this point.
The legend, as you put it.
Yeah.
What's interesting is when you ticked off the various things that Marco Rubio brought up last night, and Ted Cruz as well, I mean, it's clearly been in their opposition research information all along, but they waited until the 11th hour to unload it in such an impactful way.
Yeah, because there is a full-on panic, and there is a realization that the likelihood is that Donald Trump will, in fact, win the Republican nomination. And so the decision was made to kind of sneak up on it, throw the kitchen sink at Donald Trump. It looked like World Wrestling last night. The only thing that was missing was the turnbuckle and the tag to bring one in against Trump while the other guy was resting and having a glass of water. It was that exciting and that interesting. But what it does for Donald Trump, and he will say it, I predict it, this demonstrates the panic of the Republican establishment. They don't want you to have the truth in Washington. And I, Donald Trump, stand for the truth. Right. That will be the response this entire weekend.
All right, let's see.
Okay.
Super Tuesday on Tuesday. Right. Peter, thank you very much.
Good to see you.